we let this set for a while, so now the paper is start to dry up, but it's not fully dried yet. That's fine. We can work on this now. Okay, well, the obvious thing, usually is that you look at this background here and to see it suggests any tree form there. I seem to be able to see a large tree. In Lin's garden, there are all kinds of trees. Some are very huge, big trees in the background, and then the foreground would be, now, remember, this is not the realistic, the literal painting of Lin's garden. This is idealistic, but take liberty of moving things around and sort of try to get some feeling of it, not the literal documentation of Lin's garden. I cannot do justice to that. So let me just see if I block in one tree. That's the same thing that like when I was searching for fish. See if I can find one fish. If I can find one, then the others will follow through. Okay. Now at this point, you also would like to consider the light source. It doesn't seem to have distinct, light source. Where is the light coming from? Now sometimes it's you select the light source to your advantage. If this way is better, then you go for the or the other way. All right. This seems to be a logical tree at the back there. The paper is still sort of moist, okay? I can see some of these branches going that way. Okay, some branch going in, will be branch coming this way. Now, this, in other words, this is also a good way for you to sharpen your perception. You see things or see trees in the mass, and then go ahead and identify your tree forms, all right? So let's go for that one there with maybe a little bit stronger tree trunk and making connection there. This will be the foliage there, okay? And going that way. And it could go all the way down, say through this. Through this. Well, we got one tree. Now remember, sort of lost and found, okay, going behind the branches, the foliage, going behind the foliage. Okay, this side here is one there. Now, we probably could find other trees here. This suggests that a lighter a tree of apparently is come from this in front of that tree there. I make a break there, suggesting this one is and rightly so, because this is a lighter foliage. Now, if I were to treat that as a tree, then the trunk will come down this way. Okay. Now, if a tree trunk is dark against a very dark background, then the shape will not read. We will get lost in there. Okay. Luckily, even this is rice paper. This is thin rice paper, but after this is molded, and to some extent, you can still lift out. You can still lift out color. So in this case, I am going to lift out. Now, remember that gently, okay? This can be done only when this is molded. If this is not molded, then what? The paper is very fractal, okay? Now, remember gently, just take out some color to reveal the tree trunk. All right, this tree trunk is lighter in value than the background there. And besides that, it will make the grouping of trees more interesting if there are value differences. Some are light and some are dark. Instead of all are dark tree trunks or all are light tree trunk. See that? And all you need is just a touch of there to suggest that there is a lighter tree trunk behind there. Now, sometimes you can find a spot that is lighter in value and then introduce. Let's say, for instance, I spot a spot there that is lighter in value. Okay, then I will simply just connect this to become a big branch or a big trunk. A big branch of the that tree. Okay, and then I will block out some water and some color.